The Ukulele Reviews Podcast.
So we have our last podcast of the year. This is also the 52nd podcast of this year. So in that goal, we did this weekly thing, and we're going to keep bringing it to you guys weekly as much as we possibly can. You know, that's the plan. We keep growing in talent over here. And the newest member of our team and part-time, because he's also wrapped up in a lot of teaching the kids and good stuff like that. So you can talk about that. But this is Mika. Mika, thank you so much for coming down tonight.
Thank you for having me.
MikaKane.com is maybe how people can learn a little bit more about you too. Beautiful. And tonight we have another special guest in from, right there, Mr. Neal Chin.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, great to have you back, man.
Oh, it's always good to be here.
I love this guy. And
Yeah,
he's
love you
one
too.
of the best uke players in the world. And he's in the Seattle, I want to say area, because if people are in the Seattle area and want to learn how to play uke better personally, but also people around the world can probably try to do that, right, Neal?
This is very true. Very true. I teach online and whatnot, so you can always reach me there for Skype and whatnot too. So
Nice. We'll try to put links below. And tonight we also have Brittni Paiva, and she can be found up in Haleiwa at the ukulele site, oftentimes alongside Mr. Kalei Gamiao. So, super duper all-star lineup. And it's great because, like, just the ukulele talent right in this area and people that can come through. Anyways, I'm talking too much. But also, Corey should be coming soon too, right?
I hope so.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
He's probably at 7-Eleven or somewhere.
Mika, talk a little bit about yourself, what you're doing, and then what you're playing.
Yeah, so I'm born and raised from the island of Maui. I started playing the ukulele when I was 13 years old. Started in the 7th grade. Pretty much self-taught up until college when I met my guitar kumu, Ian O'Sullivan, and then eventually met my ukulele professor, Dr. Byron Yusui. So from there, I've been focusing more on classical/jazz ukulele. Got my bachelor's in music at UH Manoa. I was the first student ever to call it major in ukulele, where I used the ukulele as my declared instrument, and I got my bachelor's in music from UH because of it. Had the first ever classical ukulele recital at UH last November 2018. It was really successful. And right now I'm doing my master's in education at UH Manoa, and then I teach 4 days a week at the Hawaii Youth Correctional Facility, teaching ukulele.
Wow.
So
Thank you so much for everything that you're doing.
yeah.
And for the gift that you have, like choosing to just see where you can use it best. That's beautiful, man.
Thank you.
Talk more about your experience at the correctional, helping teach kids at the correctional facility.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's hard to
Gosh,
say.
my first day. So I started back in fall of 2018, and I kind of just got thrown in the deep end. No one really told me like what to do, what to teach, what to expect. I went to a private school pretty much my whole life, so I did not know how to relate with these kids, and coming from a rougher background. So it was really hard because I didn't really fit in, but I had to build some kind of rapport between them. I wanted them to like me. I didn't want them to give me a hard time. So really just even up until now, it's still like a learning process. Still trying to figure out how to best effectively teach, these students. But it's very rewarding. I may only reach out to 2 of my 14 students, but it's always the best feeling when, one of my students come up to me and say like, wow, I didn't really care about music, but now it's like, that's all I think about. I really look forward to coming to your class. And just to think that I changed one of their lives, and maybe music or even ukulele might be their way to just becoming better individuals.
Right.
So it's just really wonderful. A lot of stressful pulling my hair out kind of days, take every day one
Talk
at a
about
time.
that. Like how like what's like stressful about it?
They just don't. Well, a lot of them, so there's like 2 kids who really like playing ukulele, but a lot of them just don't see the benefit or significance of music, or how's ukulele going to help me on the streets, or what does music have to do with me personally in my life. So I have to try and figure out how to show them that, like, no, music's good. If you're born and raised in Hawaii, you don't want to walk around and not know how to play the ukulele. It's kind of embarrassing, and you should be able to play the ukulele. So I try to find ways to convince them, and a lot of it I just do, like, I show them how to play like rap songs or hip hop songs, and they didn't know that they could be possible. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, so they'll just show me,
Smart.
oh, play this. I'll figure it out for them, and I'll teach it to them. So it just gets their feet wet with the ukulele.
It's like you have to kind of meet people where they are sometimes, right? And
Yeah.
it's
Well,
just finding that. But then, gosh, it must be so hard with like kids that are just like, look, life sucks. What use is any of this? You
Yeah.
know?
So
Wow.
what's
But-
cool about my situation is that I don't like try to create a lesson plan and just force it on them. I like to work with them individually and see, like, what song do you want to learn? Let me help you out. What song do you want to learn? Rather than, okay, we're learning this. I don't
Right.
care if you like it or not. It's
Yeah.
good for you. It's what
If
do
you
you want to learn?
disrupt, you're out, or kind of thing. Yeah.
So it makes it harder because I don't just like, okay, I'm gonna do this today. Okay, I'm gonna do this today. I go in kind of just like, okay, what's gonna happen today? And
More
then
challenging, right?
yeah, it's more tedious, but it's more effective that way. And they get more. Each student gets more out of it.
It must take out a lot out of you too, though.
It's worth it
I
though.
feel like you're doing God's work with that. Seriously, like reaching kids at that point, sometimes that's the turning point, or it can be,
Yeah.
Sometimes it might not hit them till a little bit later, but
And a lot of them are local kids too, so even more so. Like
Right.
just that I have the power to try and steer them in a better direction, or just music's good medicine. So it's very humbling to be in my position.
That's awesome, man.
It's stressful
Yeah.
though, but yeah,
Sure, sure.
I do that
I can
4 days a
only
week,
imagine.
and then I have my master classes 3 nights a week for
Wow.
3 hours. So
you've been helping out at the store too.
yeah, so I'm fully on winter break right now, and I figured help you guys out. And
Thank you.
yeah, and sell ukuleles. It always seemed really fun. So I'm glad I get to be a part of the team.
Oh
and
man, you're so perfect.
super grateful.
Because it's just another avenue of helping people. As far as I can tell, it's like steering people towards the right one for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a gift in itself. And man, thank you so much for
Thank you, Andrew.
joining us and helping us and
Mm-hmm.
helping the ukulele community.
Absolutely.
So talk about this instrument. This is
So we have here Kamaka Deluxe. I think it's the D2I model.
yeah, HF3D2.
HFD. Yeah, so this is the second from the highest level of instruments you can get from Kamaka, other than the Jake Blue. So it's a very superior instrument. Abalone around the rosette and the body. I believe it's ebony fretboard, ebony bridge, ebony binding. Beautiful curly koa. So, I go ahead and play a song.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do my arrangement of Bee Gees' "How Deep Is Your Love."
Very nice.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, great. Awesome, man.
Oh.
One thing I like about your playing is it's always so clean.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
And I'm over here like
I'll
watching,
third
like, how
that.
can I make
It's
this?
just like-
I'm over here like
Every note just
Yeah.
pristine.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And beautiful chords too. Man, some of your
Yeah.
voices and whatnot that you're
That
using.
composition.
Oh.
Wow.
the other thing
thank
I
you.
really liked
Excellent.
about it is like
Tabs, please.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everybody on the internet.
you have like the voicing in your arrangements where you have like the range of, say if you were playing with a low G, where you have the lower end of the arrangement and then the higher melodic end, but you're playing with the high G. Tabs, please.
Tabs, please.
Can I come to class?
I don't know, Alan, did we get a close-up shot on that song? There you go, guys. Play it in slow-mo enough. Oh, man. So nice.
We'll be like
Thanks,
sitting in
guys.
front of him, watching how he plays, and then it'll be like old times. We'll be like, "Damn kids."
So we do kind of a musical chairs scenario over here where let's just turn this way and put Kalei in the hot seat
Oh.
to give us a sound sample on the next uke.
Okay.
Dude, I'm down.
Mika, that was
Dude.
Oh, thank you.
My goodness. Dude.
And we'll have more from you. But yeah, man.
Oh no, I'm a one and done.
Wow.
One and done.
What have you done?
Oh, no,
Tell us more. Go on.
One trick pony.
Clean.
I think I usually got a little flap.
If that was your one trick. The hell of
I
a
would keep
trick.
using that trick, bro.
What you doing? Enough to
That's
get
half
a
the fun.
girlfriend at the least.
Yes.
Oh.
Ones in the,
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
I guess
like this one is way better. Like
He's
I
doing
want to
that.
buy that uke.
Well, that's like that album that Zach did with Scott McCorrell.
I have a
Like
uke buying problem.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll order a cola next year.
Yeah, it was like a
I think I'm gonna
job
order
is
a
like
cola next year.
Japanese, you know. Like,
Yeah.
like
And the
guy
Chuck
or
Moore.
whatever.
Me
Me too. Oh, that stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
if
the
it was my
Japanese
kids, I didn't even know he existed. But yet he has millions of views playing with some big time hip hop guys.
Yeah.
So,
And does he have a YouTube thing where he?
I mean, if you just search Einer Banks,
Yeah.
the Z, yeah, I mean, he has so many videos playing with so many artists.
Oh man.
And some
Yeah,
sounds pretty
I'm
good.
like clueless to this kind of stuff these
I didn't
days.
even know
But
too until they told me about it. So,
who were some of your influences?
him.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah, right.
Her.
I was wondering if you were gonna say him.
That guy Jake. I forget what his last name is.
Yeah.
Shima Buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
But within the last, I'd say when I came to college, I'd say Benny is a big one.
Yeah.
Byron's a huge one. Ian O'Sullivan.
Oh, Ian's
Jeff
great.
Peterson. I mean, all the super hammers in the music community.
Yeah, totally.
This song is dedicated to Alan.
Oh.
And all the ladies listening online.
Oh, I was digging.
No, it's like it happened twice already where we started the same part at the same time. This is what happens when you're friends since you're like 4.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
You just want to play the same song at the same time, the same parts.
Is it just my paranoia, or is it possible that Alan like hid the AC remote because he didn't want me to turn it off? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, if you guys hear a little bit of blowing in the background, that's just us keeping cool. All right, lay down that funk, Kalei. Actually, show us this instrument first. This is quite amazing and a new one you guys
So-
haven't seen yet.
We have a brand new Ko'olau ukulele. It's always a treat to get one of these. And then what's cool about this one is I really dig the green purfling. Do you know what kind of material this is?
It's like a recon turquoise
It's
for
Recon
the
turquoise. It's
Real
pretty
good.
sick.
for the logo too. Yeah.
It pops with the spruce. So we have
It's
Berka
nice.
Sitka spruce on the top, and then we have Hawaiian mahogany. At first I thought this was Milo, but I was wrong. This is a mahogany that grows here, locally here in the Hawaiian Islands. Isn't like most of like the Hawaiian mahogany species of like Cuban mahogany?
It's Cuban mahogany.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's a-
grown here.
Yeah. So
But once you're here for a couple hundred years, you know, you might as well.
it's Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And then fretboard. What is this? Is this rosewood?
Yeah, that's a Madagascar rosewood, and I
Oh.
love that material. It's super dense and super light and really musical, and you know, on the bridge as well. Yeah, Madagascar rosewood. I was asking Noah. I was telling him a while back, like, man, all my favorite instruments from you seem to have that for the bridge and the fingerboard, and can you just like make them all with that? And he's like, nah, it's too expensive and hard to get, you know. So, and yeah,
And radius fretboard.
radius on all of those. Yeah,
Yeah. Sick. Cool faceplate. Mahogany neck.
That's a green logo on the top.
Yeah, it's
super sick.
It's pretty cool. Wonder if we can get like a nice little close up on that. Koa binding. Sick ukulele.
yeah.
Oh, Corey.
So what are you gonna play on this?
Oh. I kind of want to play something simple that I'll just like let the ukulele just sing.
Mach 4.
Mach 4.
4-string fury.
Scratch it all up before the customer gets it.
Or play this one.
Oh, a callback to their last podcast where they would not stop playing Kids from a Rose.
Oh, nice.
beautiful.
Ooh, man. Your vibrato, bro, is incredible.
It's like so much resonance coming off.
Yeah.
Of just small little.
Give us the title of that one.
That was if.
Yeah.
So oldie but goodie.
Bread, right?
Bread, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, this thing sings.
Very cool. Let's put Neal up there with his custom. Let's listen to what it's done in the last. I don't know. When was the last podcast you were on? How long ago was that? When you first
That was
picked
May.
that up?
Yeah,
Okay.
straight from the factory.
All right.
I came here.
This baby is. It's
We're
still in
like,
its
how does it sound?
infancy,
He's like,
but-
I don't know. I just got it.
I don't know. Tell me what you think.
Wait till you get those.
A $200
They're like-
solid
The
made in
other,
Hawaii co-op.
the other day, somebody walked
yeah, I'll
in.
give
His
him
family
money
walked
for
in.
the
The wife
pizza.
was like, so I want a completely
I'll pay
cool
for it.
ukulele made here, but I don't want to spend more than $200. I'm like, okay, well that's gonna be at least $750. And she's like, no, 200. I'm like, you're not gonna ever find any.
The closest they can get is the kumu. But
Yeah,
that's
so I
co-op.
showed her. She's like, no, I want it made here, and she was like adamant about it. I'm like, we don't have any.
This is like you might find somebody at the swap meet that will lie.
Yeah, I know, right? That's exactly what it is.
Go visit Andy at the swami.
It's Uncle from YNI.
Yeah.
All solid gold, $50.
Yeah, the top of the laminate is solid.
The top of the line. Just really thin, you know?
So, Neal, this is your cedar rosewood, right?
Yeah.
It's a beauty.
Oh,
So you still love it?
oh my goodness. With each passing day. With each passing day.
No, of the way.
Pour on the sap. Pour on the sap. No, you know, one of the things that's been really illuminating is that just using these uke logic strings and putting
Cool.
the
I
tomastic
didn't
on the
realize
low
you
G.
were- yeah.
It's really, I feel like, kind of helped me balance out.
Tell us
flow a
what you
bit
said.
more. No, this is a high tension.
Oh wow!
I
All
think
you
tenor.
guys with your high tension.
Yeah.
I
Look
don't
at
know
that.
what it is. It's just, you
Yeah,
have
a
more
little-
control with the
a
high
little
tension
bite,
set.
you know?
You get the sustain of the high tension.
Exactly. And like
These strings
up
in
here,
particular sustain forever.
it's nice.
And because they are high tension, if you just like play it more on the gentle side, you get that right amount of volume.
Right.
Like you're at that sweet spot where it's like good sustain, good volume, and not too much. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, and you can. It's nice to get a gradient of tone too. You know, I mean, I know we play with a small instrument, but we want to like stretch it out. You know. So.
Man, it's like listening to race car drivers, and I'm like, yo, I'm just going 40 miles an hour on the highway.
It's interesting. I might be the only one that plays super low tension.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
and
yeah?
No one really likes playing my ukulele. Like Andrew guys, they don't. They don't.
Oh,
like
Andrew
Andrew's
is
sen-
super
Andrew is
high
probably the
tension.
hardest
Talk
one.
about
to-
Yeah.
Molina here.
So when he plays mine, he always
Times, like-
complains, too flimsy.
But his fretboard does feel very nice though.
Oh yes. Yes.
My fingers
Mika,
get
what
bruised playing
fingers?
ukulele.
I'm sorry. What strings do you play with?
Me, I use Worth.
Oh, pull it in a little bit closer. Your mic. Your mic.
Oh.
Yeah.
I use
There
Worth
we go.
strings.
Yeah. Which
Just
set?
I use Herb Olta's Herb Jr.'s set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like kind of like the CT or close to that?
It's pretty close, yeah.
Okay. A little bit higher tension than that or lower? I'm not sure.
I think they're the same, but
About
just
the
they have
same.
different tones. I don't really
Oh,
know how to
yeah.
explain it, but I just like Worth strings because they're super articulate and super low tension. Because I
Right.
do a lot of classical stuff, so if it's high tension, my fingers are gonna get all bruised.
Yeah.
So.
So like the Koloha set would be close to you, what you like, yeah.
Yeah.
And now Neal's a traitor to those strings. Nah. All right. Let's hear some logic then.
Let's hear some uke logic. I like it. It's like
Oh, he's taking the watch off. Watch out.
it's time to face Vegeta.
Serious. Watch out.
Yeah, let's do this one.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Killed it, man.
Yo, I can listen to that all
Yeah.
day. Wow. So smooth.
Sometimes when the air compressor goes off downstairs, I stop somebody, but I didn't really want to.
I looked at Andrew's like,
It's funny because I heard it and I was like, okay, wait, chord solo.
Yeah,
A little bit louder.
yeah. It added the suspense. Yeah. Very nice, man.
Yeah.
Wow. You just get better and better.
Hey, thanks.
Hey.
That's the goal. That's the goal. Just a little bit every day.
one day at a time.
Exactly.
All right. So, give us like a little minute and a half on the new KTMO.
KTM.
Yeah.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, they're tighter.
Yeah. And what do you mean by that?
Like I feel like the low end is
A little pulled in.
a little pulled in. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I could hear a little bit more mids coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a better balance.
Yeah.
It's not like so scooped. You know, like before I was
Yeah.
like really, like you could hear the lows and the highs.
Exactly.
And then
Right.
the mids were kind of,
The mids are more present.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's warmer.
Right, warmer in the mids, yeah. Neal, it's all, we appreciate your semi-annual contributions to the ukulele site over here.
I'm always stoked to be here. Always stoked to
man.
be here.
Whenever you decide to move back, there's a place for you here. I told you many times.
Oh,
Part-time, Neal extra, yeah. Some gigs over here, probably.
man.
A lot of people to collaborate with.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone's moving
Just want to
here.
be on
so
next to all y'all, you know?
True that.
What are you
everyone's
doing
moving
over there
here.
in the big city? Come on home.
Just playing ukulele, you know?
Nah,
Yeah.
it's great what you're doing over there for people too. And thanks, man.
Yeah.
We'll keep the party rolling. But Brittni, I got a uke that I want you to play.
Ooh. Presents.
It's pretty.
It's the day after Christmas. Presents.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Oh boy.
Ooh, Mr.
Oh.
Oh my god. I have not. But it smells amazing.
What does it smell like?
It smells like wood. But the finest wood ever.
That's what I said when I shot this.
This is like, wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I love his.
What was used for the fret markers?
Jeez.
Because they're like metallic.
Oh yeah.
or like reflective or something.
Oh yeah. What? Silver, I guess.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is like
Sick.
this is really
He
really
uses
nice.
aluminum in some of his, but that looks more like silver. But yeah, he's got such a clean build. You'll notice
Yeah, I can see that.
everything is so detail oriented.
There's even like the back of the headstock has like this metallic flake in it almost.
Yeah. That. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he uses Waverleys and just always the
Mhm.
best stuff.
It's like
Comes
the
with
same.
Meritage cases.
It's like the same as the face plate, but just
You
with
know,
that metallic
Like just from a
swirl.
finishing and time
Yeah.
standpoint, to have like things like little aspects. Like it's a
Right.
lot easier to just make things straight and even, but to have like perfect finishing and
This is
everything in there
really, really
takes
beautiful.
time. But yeah, he's gotten more simple over the years,
Mhm.
and now like just a nice clean rosette,
Yeah.
But this Wang A is like really pretty.
Mhm.
They usually sell pretty quick.
I believe it.
A day before I can list it. Sometimes.
Someone calls in.
Somebody
"Hey."
calls you.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't remember announcing this. I heard you got it.
I played a lot of Sean's ukulele, but I don't think one of those ever came in.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't remember playing. Oh, what a throwback.
Just compose it while you play it.
I was checking the intonation.
Oh, how are we doing with that?
We're good.
Okay, cool.
I love how this sounds.
Oh shoot! I should see. I didn't.
What's going on? I know there's a bunch of ukuleles here, but
But
Obake story.
it was playing really lightly. It was almost like neighbors were playing.
I thought I was like, wait a minute. I stopped.
You're pretty good at you. You don't need
I didn't know I could play without any hands.
you guys thought she was playing, but really, the ukulele automatically plays for you. It's a new feature for 2020.
Right, exactly.
Self-playing ukuleles.
Nice, awesome. There's one more uke that I want you to play that we had. I think Corey and Kalei sample real quick, drool over, but put that in your hands. This is a Grimes. It's gorgeous.
Sigh.
Okay, bye guys.
Yeah.
That's like I have to say, like, that's like the one horrible thing about working for the ukulele site. So every day I go to work, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna buy today? It's terrible.
I'm like, like this is true because like we're working. She's like, I want to get this. Like, no, just wait, just hold on. She's like, I want to get this now.
It's not the
funny
worst
'cause-
investment if you know where you can sell it if you need to turn some money. You know.
Well, it's like
Ukulele
Kalei is
station.
like the voice of reason, because every day it's like, ooh, I want this one. No, Britt, you don't need it.
I think of like
How
the
much do
3
we
or 4
really
years I've been
need?
working there. I think I only obtained like 3 ukes so far. So I've been doing pretty good. 1 uke a year.
Yeah,
One you could hear.
that's fair.
Do we have ukuleles anonymous?
No, we put a stop to that if you.
Stay away from the ukuleles. By the way, here's one.
But you know what's cool? It's not just that you're indulging. It's for people that have plenty. You know, it's like you're also supporting with this kind of stuff, like luthiers that have the means to build stuff of this quality. It's supporting them and it's supporting us in all of our efforts too. But so tell that to your husband or wife. Throw in a little bit of that.
Answer still no.
It's
Also, I think for
our
like
nonprofit over here, which definitely feels like a nonprofit lately, but
I think it's like also important for like us as like players, performers, teachers, like being able to expose our eyes and ears and to these different types of instrument can be very inspirational, especially for us. Because like we always come across people that are looking for something and we want to try and point them in the right direction. And also when it comes to like songwriting, you can kind of get more ideas with a certain type of song, and that's one of my favorite things about working here at the ukulele side is I'm spoiled, with being able
think it
to
was,
try
like-
these things out.
Like when we were doing the little video for our Instagram of us playing Isn't She Lovely? And I think you were playing the Call of Flame Mango and I was playing the Romero Grand Tenor. And so I was watching the video. I started watching the video and then I was kind of letting it play before I actually got a chance to sit there and look at it. I was like, whose solo is that? Oh, that's me playing. So I didn't even realize it because like the instrument that I was playing just sounded different. It played different. It made me play a solo that I didn't even recognize.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing, creatively being able to, play all this kind of stuff.
there's some songs that will only come out with an 8-string baritone.
Oh, 100%.
You never know.
Yeah.
It's a cool sounding instrument too. I'm not gonna lie.
So you haven't written a song on a Tahitian ukulele yet.
We're gonna play
love that
jazz
song.
on a Tahitian ukulele.
Oh,
That would be
Can.
something.
It's like for my next album, if I need a certain sound for a song, just be like, oh,
Hold
I'll borrow
on.
this for 2 hours. Oh, shoot, it sold. Oh, I can't.
love that.
Such a deep sound.
It does. Yeah.
Super deep.
What was it like playing with Santana?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Right.
That was,
Gonna ask.
that was the most nerve-wracking moment of my life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It was like, he's such a cool person. Like, so I had heard he was gonna be here, so we were in contact with his management at the time, and then so we sent him an email, and he's like, oh yeah, totally, he can totally meet you backstage before the show. So I'm like, yes. Okay, so that was I got my uke from my custom uke from Kamaka the day before, so I was like, oh, maybe I can bring it and then have him sign it. I did not have any intention of playing with him at all. So we're backstage, and I showed him my uke and asked him, could you sign? He's like, no, I want you to play me something first. I'm like, okay. So I played him Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and he's like, that was totally beautiful, your chord voicing. So I told him, yeah, I actually spent a little bit of time kind of trying to figure out my way around the song and still capture, the whole sound of my uke, because I'd just gotten it the day before. So then he said, oh, do you know how to play any of my songs? And I said, oh yeah, I know how to play Europa and Samo Pati. So I played, I think it was Samo Pati, and he stopped me halfway, and he's like, do you want to jump on stage with us tonight? And I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
So he's like, okay, well, my guys will come and get you, about half an hour before you're about to come up. So, so I was sitting center stage, 4th row from the front, like the very front. And the whole time, I don't even remember the first half of the show because I was so nervous. But I remember lifting up my hand, and my hand was just like shaking like that. I was like losing my mind. But instead of 30 minutes, I had half a song. So his security guys came and got me and took me in the back, and I was up there, and then, yeah. It was an amazing experience, to say the least.
Wow. He's such a legend.
Yeah. I think Kalei, I told Kalei, and then I got your strap signed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it was signed.
Yeah, my uke did not get signed, but his Kalei strap did.
He sold that on eBay afterwards.
No, actually, like I used that strap for like a long time, and then I forgot it at one of my shows
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's got it.
No.
in China like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Alan,
Feng E
go
plays with
go
it now.
find it.
Wow.
Alan, go find it.
I said go find it.
I'll go find it. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what's her last name?
I'm sure he can just ask around and somebody.
I'm sure the community is very small.
Yeah.
I mean, not small, but like, you can find it.
Kalei, what was like the most surprising thing to you at this last trip to China, or what I guess did you leave with most kind of like that you didn't necessarily know when you entered? Because it wasn't your first time over there.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was an amazing experience because this was the first time I ever got to do a tour, as a duo with another artist, and that was fun. It was fun to be on the road with Corey and Alan, and just knowing that I got like these friends from Hawaii that we can relate to each other and experience this, and I'm able to share some of my experiences with other people, and that was like a great thing. And just to see how much like the ukulele community grew in China. I've been going there for the past like 5 or 6 years, and every time I go there it just keeps exceeding my expectations. Like I already know that people are going to come out to the shows, they're going to want to listen and watch us perform, but just to see like the hype and like seeing where the ukulele is going. I mean, they have ukulele incorporated in their educational systems. They have like a bunch of my songs that they're teaching the kids as far as like exams. I'm just like, what? Like, that's one of the biggest compliments.
You should just be able to retire already after that.
Get putting your 20 years or 25 years pretty soon.
But it's just insane.
I'll take 1 cent of every student that you can.
Get those residuals going.
Yeah.
So you can have 50 students, and then Andrew will be 50 cent.
50 cents. I mean, 50.
50
50
cent.
cent.
50.
25
cent.
cents, he'll be 50 Cent's half brother.
Hey, Mika, what about you?
sorry, that
Have you traveled playing uke yet?
So far the only traveling for ukulele was Nam last year. I got
Oh,
to
really?
go with
Oh,
Kamaka,
man, they're-
so that was really exciting. Getting to go to the mainland, or just getting to go to Nam was such a huge, overwhelming experience for me. I mean,
a
I didn't
lot
even
of
get to
noise.
walk around the whole thing, and I was kind of free to do whatever I wanted. So it was amazing.
Very cool. Are you going this year or no?
I'm not going this year.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm sure it'll be there for you as much as you want it to be, you know.
Mhm.
I personally don't like traveling that far for that long kind of thing, but like I start feeling a little like, oh man, I gotta go back to Hawaii. Or,
That's one thing I think for a lot of touring musicians is, you know, traveling far and constantly being on the go and sleeping for like, you know, maybe if you're lucky 2-3 hours a night. You know,
Yeah.
and it's very exhausting and very, you know, lonely sometimes. You know.
I think that's why Kalei chose to bring Alan and Corey. You could have done another solo tour.
I could have, you know, it's like, but I wanted to show them, you know, the ukulele can be showcased in different ways.
Yeah.
Because in Asia, the guitar is so huge, and a lot of the guitar players and teachers really look down on the ukulele because they feel it's just a stepping stone to get into guitar. But what Corey and I did is we went there and just tried our best to prove them wrong, you know?
Well, the duo that you guys just kind of developed there in the few months before the tour and recorded yourselves. By the way, I mean, I left my equipment, you know, here for them to use, but the album that they recorded that they gave on their China tour exclusively, I think, for that tour was really good. I mean, I was surprised at how well they did without anybody. So I don't know. It's kind of like, what are engineers? Are you really necessary? I don't know. No.
It was a huge challenge because, like, for one thing, every take we did or whatever was put on the album was all one take. We didn't cut, paste, edit, nothing. It was just from start to finish. So there's so much like imperfections flying around in each song, but I guess that what made that album stand out a little bit more because it wasn't perfect, but the sound that we were able to get and just the overall mix that we were able to obtain in such a short amount of time. I mean, Corey and I, we jammed together for many years, but not really as, okay, we're going to sit down, arrange songs, we're going to practice this. And by the time we were ready for the tour, we were just like, whoa, like, we didn't think, you know, it was going to, like, sound this pleasing, you know, listening back to all of the recordings that we did. It was like, wow, so next year we better, you know.
Yeah, put it out, man.
Put it out, put it on iTunes, you know, have it available. But yeah, thank you for letting us use your stuff. Like, all the microphones we use, that's for the sound samples is what we
It
recorded.
sounded really good.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you know, in studio with, you know, all of the compressors and preamps that they have and whatnot, it's gonna, you're able to do a lot more. And the main thing is tracking separately. You just get a way better sound out of tracking separately because there's a certain out of phaseness that each mic is going to have by being a separate distance from that instrument. And those things can kind of thin it out more than, you know, but there's something about that live playing together in the moment, knowing that they're not just tracking over each other and there's a feel that you have in the room, you know? But yeah, that was really cool. You guys have to do that in a studio next year for real, though.
Definitely.
And speaking of Corey, he should be here soon with some pizza.
Yeah, he'll be here in like 15 minutes.
Hey, Mika,
Yes.
you are a high G tenor player, so how about I ask you to play a low G concert? Ooh, more challenges. I know you told me earlier that you can't play low G, but I don't buy it.
I don't know.
I don't buy it, man. I mean, okay, how about just don't play anything on it. I'm sure it'll sound good.
It'll play itself.
I'll blow on it.
They have self-driving cars. They should have self-driving or self-playing instruments. Oh wait, those are called synthesizers. Synthesizers.
Get to the mic. Get to the
I for real don't know what to play. What am I supposed to play?
Anything. Sometimes you whatever.
Santa Claus is finally
Okay, so I
Deer in the headlight.
Because I wouldn't.
Mika's like, no, everything I play is high G. I'm like, baloney. Come on.
Yeah, he's telling me I can't play low G. I was like, you just play.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing high G stuff with the low G string.
Are you
Hey.
lying?
That's exactly how you do it.
Good. Same note, right?
Yeah.
Same note.
Yeah.
As long as you hit it, it doesn't matter if it's high or low.
Hey.
Wow.
Sorry.
Where's my beer?
Carry on.
I need a sip.
Sorry. Brain is in the gutter. Always in the gutter.
What's a gutter?
My brain.
Nice place to sleep.
Yeah.
There it is. And you know what too? It's been kind of quite a while since we did a recording with a Blackbird, and they sell regularly, but we just kind of can't afford the time to do videos all the time.
We also can't keep them in stock.
Yeah, and that
I
too.
believe
It's
it.
kind of like, they're not exactly needing promotion, but I want to give them some love because what Joe and his team have been putting out over there is one of a kind,
Pretty fantastic.
entirely its own and quite a joy to play.
What do you think? It's like a tenor stuck in a concert body. The sound.
Well, Blackbirds always have like really big, deep sound.
Nice.
Just keeps going. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a very sophisticated song.
Yeah. Makes you
I
want to.
just needed a little more chords in there.
Like you were 3 chords
I got
short.
a fever. And only prescription is more jazz chords.
Oh yeah, I've had that flu before.
I'm sick.
I feel you.
Get the
Feel,
jazz
feel a
fever.
lot better now. That's beautiful.
Does Byron still teach at UH? He does.
Yeah, he's still teaching once a week at teaching beginning ukulele. He first offered the class back in the fall of 2015, and I went ahead and took his class. And I remember every day after class, or it's only once a week, but every time after class, I would always just like wait for him, for everyone to lead the class, and then I'd go bug him, and then I would always like play a song for him, and he would always kind of like unfazed, like, oh my gosh, like, how come nothing works on him? So I finally or he finally like, hey, can you read music? Like, oh yeah, I'm a music major. I played band in high school, played alto sax. So he's like, oh, here's one of my arrangements. So I went ahead and learned it, and then ever since then he kind of like looked at me differently. So then we started doing like very informal lessons. I'd still bug him every day after class, and then we kind of just did informal lessons. And then Benny Chong, he encouraged me and Byron to go ahead and apply for the Hawaii State Foundation Culture and the Arts Grant apprenticeship. It's the same thing that Ian O'Sullivan and Jeff Peterson were doing with Benny Chong. So he suggested to me and Byron, oh, you guys should go apply for that. So we went ahead and we got it. So it was pretty much $8,000 grant spread over 2 years, and I would have 80 hours per year, so 160 hours to do one-on-one lessons. So in that time, he taught me a bunch of whatever he thought was important. So a lot of jazz, a lot of classical stuff. So, and then when we finished that just this past summer, we just still meet up every so often for informal lessons. So I've been studying with him for over 4 years.
That
now.
gave you that degree, right?
That he was a big reason why.
And that's the first
one, yeah. He was a big reason why the UH administration let me do the ukulele recitals, because he was like overseeing everything, and because he was a professor in the music department for I think 39 years. When we pitched the idea to the music board, they're like, okay, because Dr. Yasui is overseeing it and he's gonna do a great job. So he's a huge reason why I got to even perform ukulele at UH, and they let me do it. So
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you do anything with Benny? No. You guys sound like you would play well together.
No,
You're like, no, I cannot hang with that.
No, I just go watch.
Yeah.
I'm the guy eating in the crowd. So, that's how we all feel.
Sounds about right.
It's like he plays chords that aren't even chords.
He plays chords with thumbs. I mean, he can use his teeth and play. I mean,
Yeah.
that guy. He's the greatest ukulele player in the world, in my opinion, and jazz ukulele player. I mean, no, he's just in a whole nother league. I mean,
Oh, we're nominating him right now. I see all the heads nodding. Like, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
nobody's gonna disagree.
Everyone in this room knows that
True.
he's just a complete.
I hereby
just
declare.
monster.
The council has spoken.
The majority rules.
So yeah, he's always been a big inspiration ever since I came up to UH to study music.
Yeah, cool. Corey, let me get you in the hot seat there and put that Kanilea in his hands. That's in a gig bag. Because,
that hot seat.
And they gifted us a New Year's gift that I think we should bust open. It's a dragon full of brandy. And it would be impolite for us to not drink all of it tonight.
Man after my own heart.
Right now. Wait.
This has to be.
Oh, it's like a chastity belt on this thing.
Funny because it's guarding its ass.
Oh, wow.
Oh, literally.
Yeah.
You just broke the seal.
Did that work for you?
Now you're gonna pour it out of the dragon's butt.
Yeah. From the dragon's butt we shall drink.
Wait, this is plastic.
Welcome 2020. All right, where's those little
The New Year's resolutions
Hey,
start
hey.
start
On your
and
right,
end
on your
here.
left. Oh, if it's brandy, you can open that shop. Okay, rolling. That camera.
Which camera? The one you were
The
just
50, yeah, the one that was just at.
And what are we doing?
Saying goodbye to 2019.
We just
All
say,
right.
hey, Happy New Year's. We don't miss
Oh.
All right, guys. All you at home have a drink here with us. If if you want to be like us and be healthy and drink apple juice,
Yes.
we just got some apple juice from the
In the
dragon. Yeah.
He still has the apple in his
Happy New Year!
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year! Love you guys.
All right.
Oh.
All
All right, sir, here we go. Okay.
Not
Oh, you just shot the whole thing?
I'm gonna spit it back out, sorry.
It's like
Yeah. Let's get Michael Tomo.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Oh man, you know those throat chants? Like
Oh, the Mongolia one.
Oh,
that's what
something.
those Islander ukes have.
Something got in my eye.
Oh no.
Oh, what are my paper towels?
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Oh, wow.
Well, I'm just whistling while I'm.
Oh, I thought he was doing it. Oh. Might sing a chord.
Sing a.
This is the ghetto man's delay. Oh.
And the ghetto
Oh, that's what I was
scooter.
doing.
It's under over there. I see it. Under your napkin.
That's a G. Okay.
Has it been a long day? All right, so we just got in, I don't know, a dozen insanely gorgeous Kanileas, but gotta just throw one of them in here for the mix for the last podcast of the year because they're an integral part of our business, selling these beautiful ukes. They just keep coming with the insanely figured koa.
Yeah. This is a ISLT premium. Pretty beautiful. Veneers it kind of look kind of Milo-ish.
It's got some of those tones, yeah. Except the super blondness in there. If the backdrop was a little darker, maybe.
So much depth.
That's the thing with koa. It's like each piece is, it's like people, you know.
Everybody's different. Okay, so I'm just gonna be typical and just play a song that everybody knows.
Gently weeps.
No, I'm not gonna.
Let's get the stank face.
I'm not drunk enough yet. So here we go. The very original song, Island Style, by everybody's favorite.
Man, did
artist
you
John
smoke a
Cruz.
blunt before you came in?
I may have. Well, I mean, I should have. Just got some. No, I was driving up here and I'm like, hope I'm not getting sick again. So, joke's on you guys.
Make it worth it.
Okay, here we go.
Hey! Happy New Year.
Corey,
That's the signature.
to nod your head.
Oh, God. I hope that video never
It's gonna
sees
come out.
the,
It's gonna
the
come out
light
in
of
January.
day. God damn. I'm gonna change my appearance completely so nobody recognizes me.
What did they make you guys nod your heads or
Get
something?
in the gym.
Anyway,
Get in the zone.
We just played that song like 30 times.
That was the weirdest, probably one of the weirdest things I've ever done in my life.
for a
we're in
Nui
the-
Nui or
We're in the Nui Nui studio or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And we're recording.
We were recording the colored line of instruments. So there's like 5 different colors of guitars, ukuleles. And so we had to play that song with each color ukulele and guitar.
Oh, nice.
No, see,
And
we weren't told this before we got in. We're just like, yeah, we're just gonna record the songs that you guys did in the studio yesterday. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever, sure, yeah. Show up and they tried to put clothes on that didn't fit. And it was
what
white.
clothes?
You
They
got-
had
you-
clothes
you-
for you guys.
they-
It was
they-
really
you-
white,
you
and
guys
they're like,
went to
dude,
the-
you're huge. I was like,
Thank you. I don't know.
oh, yeah, sorry, Johnson.
Oh, it's always good when
That's his real name. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's like, we gotta get some clothes for you. You're like too big. I'm like, oh fuck, that's a lot. Thanks, man. Just a big bone.
Big bone.
So
You should see the
while
X-rays.
Kalei was doing, so that's where we get the nickname. Everybody's a big boy.
Big boy.
So Kalei is recording, and I thought, yeah, we're just gonna record the songs we did in the studio. Turns out we're doing a promotion for the color ukes that just came out for Nui Nui. So they made us do some funky things, and I'm not gonna really go into it.
It felt
just watch
uncomfortable,
in
but
January.
I'm pretty sure the video is gonna come out pretty awesome. Because usually,
For
like,
you at least,
no, like I was falling asleep.
not this guy.
They were like, Corey, move your hips like this.
I can't. Like, clothes are too tight.
Like we had like 5 different shots of angles with 5 different colored instruments.
And they're like,
So-
do this. I'm like,
And then we had to do like
Can I
when
stop now?
we're passing the instruments down. That was actually, I think it's gonna come out pretty cool. But
yeah.
you know, it wasn't the
For you at
easiest
least.
video to shoot. Like it was pretty tiring because that one song took like 4 hours.
Oh.
my god.
Yeah, so what song was that? I never want to hear He Love You again.
Oh, don't say that. Give it a little time.
It's yeah. That's the most I've ever played He Love in a row. It's probably like 40 times straight.
You still play it during sound sample?
It's
Hey,
stuck in my
can I
brain.
get you two to do that duet right now?
Andrew and Alan can work their magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
Okay.
you to move your head. Like,
a little more, a little more, a little more.
I can't imagine being the director as.
And then while I'm doing that, the ukes are switching out to like different models.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But there was like some parts where we're like
In rhythm?
we're smiling
You
too.
can see that.
And so it's just like, you know, like when I play, I move around, and then but they're like, no, just your head. It's like, so, but
Felt a little
can't
North
wait.
Korean for a little while.
After all, my cheeks got like super sore. It's like cramped. Like you know when you're done, it's like one cheek is still smiling like this, and then I was just tired, so you gotta kind of move it down.
Oh, jeez.
I've never had that problem.
I had to like.
I'd be like, why the long face?
Like in between shots, like Corey and I, like our shoulders and back was like getting tired, because like we literally had to stand up straight.
Oh yeah, and they're like, no, that wasn't good. It's like, what are we doing?
Okay. We're setting up for that.
Is this
They
realistic?
were like massaging us like in between each set. Like we're just like, oh no. Shouldn't-
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that was kind of like their trip.
Oh yes. Definitely.
Kalei was like, "Oh, you
Deceptive.
I was like, "Oh,
Tricky.
oh, you
Tricky.
okay." Sorry, I like to throw things off,
Yeah,
screw things
just
up.
make it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Major.
Counterpoint. Yeah, the counterpoint and the super nice.
Bro, that was nice counterpoint.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know what that means.
Bro. That was, wow.
When you both kind of start soloing, single lining on each other at the same
That's the
time.
one. That's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Did that?
I was
did it
following
work?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
following you
Oh,
guys all the
yes.
way through.
Counterpoint.
Just have
Sick.
a history
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
making a fool of myself. So.
What Mika said. Yeah.
That's dope.
Okay.
The kids say it
Thank
was
you.
pretty lit.
That was
Yeah.
lit.
Makes me feel better.
What are the kids saying now?
That was
You know, the kids, right?
that was pretty hip.
That was super hipster.
Yes, bless them.
Yes, sir, bless sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh no. Yeah, you.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you's cuz.
Oh,
My daughter hates it when I say yeah you, so I do it all the time. Yeah you.
Make me wanna jam too.
no, me too. Come on.
Be like, yes, sir, bless her, never stress her. Don't forget your phone on the dresser.
Ooh.
Oh, that's great.
See, she still got it. Something that you're grateful for 2019.
Hold tone that up.
What's that?
Oh, sorry.
Something you're grateful for that happened in 2019.
Let's see. One thing I'm grateful for was. Soundtrack music. I feel like 2019 was. We got to get a lot of stuff done. And that's one thing I'm thankful for. Because it pretty much like led to more opportunities, you know, for us to do it together as a team and as a family for next year and so on. And so.
All right, Corey.
I'm at like a worship concert or something like that.
I gotta get the drums in the back. And then saxophone solo.
In 2018, I was struggling. It was like a man at the edge of a bridge, just not sure where to go. But 2019, you were so good to me. You brought me back. And you promised me 2020 would be even better. Here's to you, 2019. Truly a memorable year. A year for the years.
Bye.